Hello there, and in this video I'm doing a full review of the Eve WaterGuard, which is a water leak sensor that works with HomeKit. Now, if you're not already a subscriber, then hit the subscribe button and also the bell button to be notified when new videos come out. Also, if you like this video, then give it a like because it helps others find the video. And also, if you've got a comment or a question, then leave it in the comment section below. And if this video helps you out, there's some affiliate links below to take you to some of our preferred partners. So the Eve WaterGuard is a water leak sensor that works with HomeKit. It retails at about $70 or about £65 and various different prices across the globe. And this device does not need a hub as it connects via Bluetooth. It also features a 100 decibel siren, which is built in along with a flashing light to alert you. Now, in this video, I'll be taking you through the unboxing, the design, how to set it up, and also some performance tests. Now, I just want to point out Eve Systems did send me this WaterGuard as a media sample. That means that they send me this through to review, but I just want to be clear, that does not mean that I'm under any obligation to give a favorable review. As with all my reviews, whether I buy the product, I get a free sample, or I get a media loan, I'll be honest and independent about the product. I'll give you my honest opinion. So starting with the unboxing and design, the box is a premium box as you would expect from other Eve products. Inside the box, you get the WaterGuard. You also get the cable sensor, which I'll talk more later on. You also get a number of different adapters because this is mains powered. It allows you to connect in different countries. You also get an instruction manual, which gives you some basic instructions if you need some help setting things up. Now, looking at the design, the Eve WaterGuard is a square-like box. It features the Eve logo on the front, and behind this panel, there is a light which illuminates when the sensor is set off. On the bottom, you find the port, which is similar to a headphone jack, along with the reset and HomeKit code. You also get a number of different adapters as this is main powered. Now, this is great news for customers and for Eve because they can simply send their inventory out to various different countries without having to manufacture different devices for different plug combinations. However, there's one thing I want to point out on this. It appears there's been a miss on the UK design because the plug adapter, when you connect it, it positions the Eve WaterGuard upside down when you plug it into the main socket, which if it's hid in a cupboard or behind a unit, it's not so bad. But if you have got this on show as featured in a promo pictures, then this could be a problem for some. You'll also get this sensor cable. Now, this is a nylon cable with all the technical bits inside. Now, this plugs into the bottom of the Eve WaterGuard and it can be fed around walls or various different appliances. This also can be extended as well up to 150 meters. It means you can cover a wide range with one device. However, the one that ships with it is 2 meters long. Now, looking at the install of the Eve WaterGuard. Install is really simple. You choose the appropriate adapter for your country, plug it in, wait a couple of seconds for the Eve to flash. Then you open up the Home app on your iOS device, add accessory, and scan the HomeKit code. You then follow the instructions as you normally would with setting up a HomeKit device by naming it and also assigning it to a room. And then once you're done, everything's set up. You then plug the sensor cable into the bottom of the device and you're good to go. It's all set up and you're ready to start. Now, the next part of this video is looking at the app, HomeKit, and the performance and how it all works. So starting with the app itself is a pretty good app from Eve, but in terms of the Eve WaterGuard settings and all the different things, it's pretty basic. After all, it is a water sensor, so it tells you when it's been activated. Now, this is very simply done. When there's no water detected, it shows that it's safe. And when it has detected water, other than all the other stuff that it does, which I'll talk later on, it will show you that it's alert. So that's pretty simple. Now, within the settings part of the app, you can change the name of the device. You also can change the Siri name and change the notification preferences. Along with that, you can also do a water test. Now, this is something that I did when I first set up, but I wanted to talk about it in this part of the video. To do a water test, you simply click the setting and then you follow the instructions. Now, doing a water test, this involves a small amount of water which you dip the cable into. As you can see from this part of the video, this is how it works. Now, when the water test is complete, it will say that everything's worked. You can also set the frequency of reminders to test the device every now and again. And I found this would be really useful to make sure that everything was working and you had peace of mind that your water sensor was working. Now, looking at the HomeKit setup and settings. Now, the device is shown as a water detector. And other than giving you a notification through the Home app and showing you alerts on the screen, it doesn't do much else. However, the real beauty of HomeKit in iOS 13 is you're able to add the water detector to automations or scenes. For instance, if the Eve Water Guard detects water, as well as setting off the siren and the alert on the device, you also can set it to change colors of bulbs or flash bulbs in your house. You also, if you've got a HomePod or an Apple TV, or a certain sound if it detects water. So if you're upstairs and you've got a HomePod in your bedroom, you might not hear the device going off downstairs. However, it will allow you to set up these automations, which I think is really good. In terms of HomeKit, there's one other thing I want to point out. Because this does not have a hub and it relies on Bluetooth, it means if you've not got a HomeKit hub, such as Apple TV or a HomePod, this will not send you any alerts when you're outside your home. However, as I've said, you can put a HomePod or an Apple TV in your HomeKit setup, and it will allow you to access these outside the home. For this type of device, I would certainly recommend it because that's when likely you're going to get a leak, and it's pretty useless if you're not getting the notification outside the home. And now, in terms of testing and how it performs, I did some real world testing. Now, I wasn't prepared to flood my house to test this device. So what I did, I simply set it up in my kitchen and put it on my kitchen draining board. Now, what I did is laid out the cable and I poured water around the cable until the alarm activated. Now you can watch this video to see how it performs. Now, as you can see from the video, everything worked well and it responded well. As you can hear with the siren, it is loud, so it would give people a notification if they're not using HomeKit or they've not got the device nearby. Also, the flashing is also useful. You'll see the notifications came through really quick and there was no particular problem there. Now, when you open up the Eve app, you've got the option to mute the siren, which is useful because it is pretty loud while you sort out your leak. Now, just touching on Bluetooth, when anyone mentions an Eve device, because they work on Bluetooth low energy connectivity, people often say, will it still work? Will I have dropouts? However, I have a number of Eve devices in my house and I don't have any issues at all. I've actually placed this device at various different points, quite far away from my HomeKit hub, and I've had no issue. I even went to the garage and plugged it in there and it still responded really well. Now, if you do have issues, Eve do the Eve Extend, which is a Wi-Fi labeled Bluetooth extender, which can connect up to 8 Eve devices to extend the Bluetooth range. And this certainly has been reported to help people that have had Bluetooth issues with Eve devices. So to wrap up this review and give you my summary and my impressions of this device. Now, the Eve Water Guard enters the market where there's already other options. For instance, the Acquire water leak sensor, which I reviewed recently, and there's a link coming above somewhere on the screen now. They both do similar things in terms of detecting water, but they do it in different ways. The Acquire sensor has contact sensors on the device, and it only can be located in one place, whereas the Eve uses a extendable cable in order to detect water. However, the Eve seems a lot more practical for me. The fact that it uses the cable and you can wind this around appliances or walls, and you can use just one device rather than having multiple devices dotted all over. I think that works really well. The fact you can extend this up to 150 meters means you can cover a big area, again, with one device. I also like the fact it's got a siren and light built into the device, and it detects you to any problems. I also like the app. It is simple and it gives you the information you need. I also like the fact you can test the device as well to see if it's working regularly. The other benefit is the HomeKit support. You can include it in automations and scenes to give you far more control and far more flexibility over this device. Now, there is a couple of downsides. First of all, because it's mains powered, you need to be able to plug it into a socket which is nearby where you want it to be. So you need to have a spare socket, but the fact is you don't have to swap the batteries out, sort of negates that, but it all's down to personal preference. It also doesn't have a hub and it works on Bluetooth. Now, this may be a problem for some, and unless you've got a HomeKit hub in your home, then you won't get remote access. And for this type of device, you really need to have remote access. Now, the other comment is the design oversight with the UK plug. And if this is going to be out on show, and it's going to be upside down, this could put some people off, but I'm sure Eve will fix that. Overall, I'm really impressed with the device. I think Eve have got it right in terms of a water leak sensor. Yes, there is some limitations, but overall, I think it's a great design and a great device in one package. So guys, thanks very much for watching JR's reviews. If you want to subscribe to the channel, there is some links coming above now, and also some other videos around the screen are also coming up. If you want to buy one of these, you can check out the description below and they will help us out because they've got affiliate links. Thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon.